My name is Kenan, or Kenan as in Turkish, and my last name is Arun. And I am from Gaziantep, Turkey. And I have been in the course since 2017. And I am in lower tenor one.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
How did you find out about the chorus in the first place?
I was following the course for some time. And I moved to LA first in 2013. And I was following GMC LA there. And after moving to San Francisco, because I knew that I wasn't going to stay in LA for good, and I was planning on moving to San Francisco. After coming here, I was following the chorus as an audience member. And once my work allowed me time-wise, I auditioned in 2017. And then I got accepted.
What were the first rehearsals like?
I went to the first two rehearsals that was open to the candidates who were going to audition. And I was assigned with first upper tenor ones and then lower tenor. And to see like where I fit most, where I feel comfortable. And after we got accepted, we're in the same class, by the way. It's the same newbie class that we were in with you. Yay!
Yay!
So after we got accepted, it was very well structured. I was so impressed by it because everything was set. I mean, we were there, we were assigned a big brother, and then they told us time-wise that it's a big dedication, which it is. And then it's a beautiful community. So it far exceeded what I was expecting in a very good way. And also it started this like very exciting new chapter in my life.
What's been the most rewarding part so far? It's been almost 3 years.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I thought about it, and the best part is wherever I go, I see someone from the chorus because it's 300 members, and with the alumni, it goes like it doubles up even. Mm-hmm. So, like you go to a random concert, or you're basically having dinner somewhere, and you see someone, a very friendly face waving at you. So I love having that experience, and my friends are making sort of like fun of it. I had two friends visiting from Netherlands, and when we were in Castro, like every step of the way, I was saying hi to someone. And once I posted the photo of the chorus when we were rehearsing for the Christmas show, he ended up commenting on it, going like, "No wonder you were saying hi like every second. It's a lot of you on stage." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yes. I love that too. I noticed sometimes just on Muni downtown or on BART in a completely different part of the Bay Area, I'll run into chorus people, and it's really nice. It feels like there's home with you almost wherever you are.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about growing up and how you ended up in LA and then San Francisco.
Sure, yeah. I am from Gaziantep, Turkey. It's in the southeast part of Turkey, in Mesopotamia, and it's the oldest living settlement of the earth. I'm mentioning this because my family, my mom is in travel. She has a travel agency. She's in tourism, and she was doing a lot of historical work in accordance, along with the museum of the region. So, and she lived in San Francisco for some time. And after coming back, it was a very short, like a month period. And then after coming back, she started gay cruises in Turkey. She's the first travel agent of the region. And that has a major, like, welcoming effect in my life because coming out, it was a process. Like, it was not just one step for me. It was basically like a gradual thing. And it was a learning curve for me and for her and for my family. But they were very supportive, and they were just like, okay, this is new to us, and we will learn in the way. So growing up in Gaziantep taught me a lot of, and my family. I'm very, very grateful for them.
What brought you to Los Angeles?
Although, my work, I was working for an Turkish-American theater company, and it was a bubble, apparently. Although my high school friends and my friends in college and my family are very supportive, the general atmosphere of the region is not that understanding. So my brother was the one who basically was telling me. I mean, once I got accepted by the school here, he was telling me that you should go and stay there for good because that will be very good for you. And he knew that I wanted to live in San Francisco because of the history. So he was the one who supported me to this idea, and I'm happy about it. And today is his birthday.
Wow.
I was on with him. Yeah.
Amazing. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tell me about your school. I was so excited to hear about it when we first met.
My school in my hometown, I'm still in touch with them. A lot of my classmates, after graduation, they started working in the school as like English teacher or um, guidance in terms of like social help. So I really like being in touch with them. And it was a growing process because we were teenagers. There were times that it went into like mistreatment and then, but again, as I said, like it was a learning curve for everyone, including myself. So it definitely has a good impact on me because of you. I mean, I got to learn how it was to take like both sides of the story and basically more understanding about if somebody like was mean to me back in the day and after they figured out that it was wrong, it was good to hear that they knew they were wrong and they apologized. So that was something nice.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear a little bit about the work that you do here as well, both the drag and theater part and then the asylum stuff.
Yeah. So when I was in LA, I was in cinema makeup school. And after I graduated, I came here. And when I was in Turkey, I was working for theater for makeup. And I was doing productions. And also, there were times that I acted on stage, but my work was mainly behind the scenes. And after coming here, I got in touch with Golden Thread Productions. And currently, it was, again, with you, while I was with you, they sent me an email saying that like they're starting the resident artist program. And I became their resident makeup artist, resident makeup designer. And it was during that time that, so the LGBT Asylum Project is the nonprofit that I work for. Currently, I am the director of operations there. And first, I started off as their project manager. And before then, since the inception in 2015, I was a dedicated volunteer. And I was, along with the drag shows that we're doing with Drunk Drag Broadway, we raised funds for the LGBT Asylum Project, and that evolved into me working in the company, in the nonprofit. So if I summarize it or narrow it down, it would be art and activism for me. It's theater work with Golden Thread Productions and Drunk Drag Broadway, and also asylum and immigration work at LGBT Asylum Project.
For people who aren't familiar with the LGBT Asylum Project, could you explain a little bit about the mission?
Of course, yeah. So we're the only San Francisco organization, and we are offering asylum services for asylum seekers who are currently in the Bay Area and in this region. It's low bono to pro bono, and it's for people, LGBT immigrants or asylum seekers who are fleeing their country because of mistreatment, threats, death penalty even. And we are offering legal help and legal services for their asylum process, where they are getting interviewed, and then they have their approval, and eventually they become citizens. First, they get their green card, and they get their naturalization.
I was so excited when you got that job.
Yeah, I was so excited as well. I remember we were at Harvey's, right?
I think
we were
so,
having
yeah.
dinner, and then I remember getting the text, and then I stood up. It was like watching a football game or something.
Exactly. It was perfect. I mean, because you'd been volunteering for so long. So it's really exciting to see your career grow in that way.
Thank you so much.
So for folks who have never been to a Drunk Drag Broadway performance, what should they expect if they go to one or see one virtually?
So Drunk Drag Broadway is a parody of Broadway shows, and it is designed after drunk history. So there's a narrative, and there's a narrator, and the narrator is drunk. And basically, while they're telling the story, the actors on stage act like puppets, acting to the narration that they have. And when they sing, it's live. So it's a parody show of a Broadway show, and so far we have done Wickedish, Little Shop of Horrors actually, and then Gays and Dolls, and Beauty is a Beast, and Hairspray.
Beautiful.
Hairspray is one of my favorites, and also Wickedish. Yeah.
Amazing.
And Jimmy Moore and David Pittman. And Jimmy Moore is the artistic director for Drunk Drag Broadway, and he is using his means to raise funds for the community as well. And that's how he wanted to raise money for the LGBT Asylum project, making Drunk Drag Broadway one of the champion sponsors. I'm so proud of that.
It's amazing. I love the intersection between art and activism, both in your story and in the chorus as a whole, where we have this mission to inspire community and activism and compassion, and it all comes together in such a beautiful way. So I'm curious to hear about your relationship with music, because you were involved in art for a really long time through theater and through makeup and performance, but what's your connection to music before coming to the chorus?
When I was in Turkey, we were doing musicals. So it was theater productions, yes, but they were musical productions as well. And I have it's not that elaborate, but I have training in music as well. I play the flute, and also I have training in singing. So I was always doing something related to music for a long time, for over 15 years. So, and when I was here, I was following the choruses, GMCLA and SFGMC, because it's, again, arts and activism. It's beautiful music, and it's for a cause, and it's great community work. So that's why. And my work, nonprofit, LGBT Asylum Project, has collaboration with San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus as well. When the chorus ended up buying the beautiful place that we have right now on 170 Valencia, we took over the old office space, and we're subleasing from the chorus currently. And then hopefully we will be taking over the lease in 2021.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to physically go into spaces sometime.
I know. Right now it's everything online, and it has pros to it and definitely cons to it as well. I really miss seeing everyone, but this is a process, and it will eventually end, and we will get together.
Yeah. I'd love to hear you talk about some of the performance aspects of chorus. Any of the stage production parts. So whether that's singing or choreography or makeup during, in Queens, all of a sudden everybody had to wear makeup for the first time, and so many people were lost and confused, and I kept texting them like, just go talk to Kenan.
That's one of the aspects that I really like about the chorus, because of the number of members. It's a very self-sustaining group. We have answers for everything from a member. So when we were doing Queens, I was so happy to do some of the members' makeups, and it was like glitter lips and glitter beard. They love the glitter beard on stage. It looks great. And in terms of performance, my favorites are Christmas shows, because of the content. It's like really fun and everything. And apparently, San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus is well known for those. And there are times that people forget that there are other shows as well. My other favorites are like the Unbreakable or I Am Harvey Milk. I wasn't with the chorus during I Am Harvey Milk, but that's something that is done for a cause, commissioned most of the time by SFGMC, performed for the first time with really good story, really good impact. And we started rhythm. So I was really excited about rhythm as well, and going to school, high schools or middle schools, talking about experience, talking about coming out, and how the relationship with the families and how families reacted. There are different stories, different aspects to it. So those three would be my main topics when I'm talking about SFGMC.
Beautiful. What is your favorite part of a holiday show?
That would be anything Christmas. Because, I mean, I did not have Christmas. We don't have Christmas in Turkey, but we have New Year's. We celebrate New Year's in more, I mean, somewhat the same manner. And I like singing those like jolly songs, having costumes on stage, watching the choreography while I'm singing. And it's really fun. It's really, really fun to be, it's a great concert to be a part of.
It is very joyful, even in August when we start singing all these Christmas carols.
Yeah, exactly.
So for Unbreakable, for folks who are not familiar with that show, could you describe it?
Yeah. So it was composed by Andrew Lipa, and we did the world premiere. And it was about gay history, starting from very early on to nowadays, including the riots, the Compton cafeteria, or the Pride, or when we had the AIDS or HIV pandemic and how we survived. So it's a beautiful, concise history of what has been going on in gay life.
Do you have a favorite song from that show?
That would be Sylvia. I love Sylvia. That's one of my favorites because of the upbeat music, and also because it's talking about trans life. Trans life is something I'm still learning about because I don't have first experience, and Sylvia is one of those. It's kind of playing with the idea and teasing and also educating.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Then Rhythm, you mentioned briefly. For folks who have not heard of Rhythm, could you describe it?
Yes. It started by Mitch Galley, our Associate Artistic Director, and it is a program that is getting in touch with schools, local schools right now. I mean, I'm hoping that it will be in other states as well. I mean, we all do. And we go there in a very concise group. It's not 300 of us, but it's the ones who are available to go, around 40 members, give or take. And then we have a song list specifically put together for students, high school students, for educational and also for entertainment reasons. And we have some members talking about their experiences so that they have firsthand knowledge about what they have been through, about coming out, about getting accepted, or anything that they have been through in their lives.
If there's a young person watching this who shares some part of their background with you, what would you tell them?
I would tell patience, because I mean, I realize now that it was a long process for me, and gay history is a long process as well. With the riots and where we are right now, it took a lot of time and dedication and work. And where we are is really good. However, there's still a lot to be done. And I am very happy about discussing non-binary and also with the pronouns. In addition to he, she, we have they. It's becoming very common, and people are educating themselves and each other in regards to non-binary people. And I'm really happy that progress happens with patience. So that would be my thing, like be patient and be kind. It will eventually, evolve into what you're dreaming of, and keep working.
Beautiful. Is there anything else about your experience in the chorus that you'd like to talk about that we haven't talked about yet?
Yeah, it's, again, a group of 300 men, very passionate and different opinions. So just by sitting in rehearsal, that's why I miss the rehearsals mostly, and listening to people talk about something very random is very educational. So I really enjoy having that much of diversity in opinions in this group. It certainly adds a lot to my perspective and to my understanding about life. So, yeah.
I miss that too. I miss the 30 minutes before rehearsal starts when everybody is there and you can catch up with all kinds of different people before we start to sing.
Exactly. And we have different ensembles, and they do, I mean, the songs that they choose lead to something. And again, like that's a learning curve. It's all about learning for you. So I miss that a lot. I hope we will go back to rehearsals really soon.
Fingers crossed. But
Yeah.
I am very thankful that we found so many virtual ways to keep in touch.
Exactly. And they handled it really well because this was definitely a state of emergency. And the way the staff and the volunteers, all the team, arranging the online events that we have, basically aiming for the ones who really need to hang out still. I mean, although we can hang out physically, it was keeping us engaged and informed throughout the way. And I was really amazed at how calm they made it look very simple. It was definitely not simple, but they made it look so. So I'm really, really happy about that.
I'm thankful for that too. I think it's always wonderful to have community, but particularly in a crisis, it's really helpful to have your community to lean on. Whether it's just checking in with someone and saying, hey, how was your day? I haven't heard from you in a little while. Or getting together for game nights or movie nights or just conversations. It's really nice.